Hi, it's Tanya, and this is my fourth process video using the November Hip Kit Clubs kit. And if it sounds like I've just woken up, it is because I have just woken up. It is 6:30 in the morning, and I have 4 cats. And one of them is slightly nutty, and he has this phobia of me oversleeping, so even though it's weekend, he figured I needed to get up at my normal time. So here I am, narrating my video. The November kit was a very Christmas-themed kit, and it included a lot of Ellie Studio Good Cheer, Pebbles Home for Christmas, and American Crafts, plus a few other things thrown in. The picture is of a Christmas ornament that I bought for the tree. We have a tradition where every year we buy another ornament for the tree, and this year I kind of let the side down. I left it to the very, very last minute, and I was in our local supermarket on Christmas Eve and suddenly realized, oh my goodness, I haven't done the ornament. So I rushed down the aisle, and as you can imagine, because it was the last minute, it was slim pickings. I actually think she's kind of cute, but my 2 girls took one look at her and said, geez, Mum, no, she's ugly. And you'll see that comes into play when I do my title. So far, I have chosen my background and the paper's formatting the photo, and those 2 journaling cards or Project Life type cards came from, I think it was the Ellie Studio Good Cheer paper. I can't remember which one. That was the one that had all the cutouts in it. And I am again doing my favorite little trick of using the branding strips. I always figured I never had a style, and I know I'm funny, I'm trying to actually get away from having a style because I like to mix things up, and I don't want to do the same type of page every single time. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course there isn't anything wrong with it, but I just, for myself, feel like it is nice if I have different types of pages in my albums. But every time I turn that camera on and I am aware of the camera, I find I revert back to what I am familiar with, which is the sort of grouping in the middle of the page and having the branding strips at the top and bottom and sort of angling things from one side to the other. I'm really hoping with time, and the more process videos I do, the more I am going to forget about the fact that the camera is on and just do my own thing. Here I am following Riet's example. She has, I think, started a movement with putting watercolor onto plastic packaging, or as in my case, it was a little plastic baggie, and rubbing it onto your layout. I wasn't really happy with the way it had turned out, which is why I thought maybe I would rub the distress stain directly onto my paper. It kind of gave a bit of a hint of the pink in the background. That Tim Holtz sponge sugar is the perfect colouring for the pinks in these papers. I was earlier, you might have seen, I was going to try a different mist. That one was one of Heidi Swapp's, oh, I can't remember what they called them. I know the colour is Sweet Cherry, but that was going to be way too dark. That just wasn't going to work at all. So I remembered I had the sponge sugar, which is great. So now I'm going to stick it down because I'm happy with where I have positioned the photo and on the other side the journaling cards. So it's not rocket science, I mean, really, Tony. You just put it down there and figured, okay, well that looks quite nice. And now I'm going to have a look through the embellishments to decide what to put where. Those are the Ellie Studios Good Cheer. I'm really sorry that my camera is so zoomed in. I haven't quite got the positioning right yet, and in my very first process video, which none of you saw because it was embarrassing as all heck, the only thing I could see was my stomach because I stand when I scrapbook, and the way that my camera is positioned, it means that if you zoom out too much, you will then see some of me standing in front of it, and I don't know, but for some reason that angle makes me look 10 months pregnant, and there's no way that I want you people to see that, because I'm not 10 months pregnant. I might look a little bit pregnant, but I'm not. So that is why I'm zoomed in a little too far, so you can't see the bottom of the page. But later on there are close-ups and there are pictures, so you will be able to see what's at the bottom. Here I'm deciding which one of the wood veneers I want to put, and I do a sort of grouping, or that whole three thing. No, it's not the three thing. It's the triangle. That's it. It's that triangle design thing. Hey, this voiceover is really not good. I'm kind of getting tired of stopping and starting, and I figure some of you seem to be able to just talk all the way through, so maybe I must try and do that. Here I have taken those Evilicious puffy stickers, the gold ones, and thought that those little triangles would look really nice here. It was at this point that I realized that I could use this layout, or I could submit this layout for this weekend's challenge on the HipKit Facebook forum, because that was one of its criteria was triangles. So I thought, well, there we go. The misting on the page, or the watercoloring on the background made the page buckle a lot, and that was really bothering me. And there was that particular bit there that was coming up, and it was the only thing I could concentrate on at that time. So I decided, nope, I'm going to definitely have to glue it down a bit more. Not that it made much difference. One of the other recipes, criteria for the challenge, was stitching. Now, I do actually own a sewing machine, but it's a bit of a loss to get it out and set up, so I don't do it very often. So I thought I would not cheat, really, but just do a little bit of hand stitching. So I did a few little crosses. A lot of the time when I do my titles, I try and make them, if not funny, little sort of a play on words or a pun, and I like this one because she is sort of fugly. Shite. My kids really, really don't like her. It's the weirdest thing. The other funny thing, I don't want to sound funny to us, but I'll bore you with the details anyway, is that she is still hanging up in the lounge. They wouldn't let her go on the tree, so she got hung up on a light fitting, and for some reason in our family, whenever we pack up the Christmas decorations, inevitably one gets left behind and it just stays up all year. So I have said that's because every day is Christmas Day in our household. Anyway, it was a bit boring. I was going to use those grey alphabet stickers that came in the kit, but because of the background being grey in the photograph, they obviously didn't work. So I pulled out my little tiny black letter stickers. They are very, very similar to the Tim Holtz ones, but I actually got them from a shop that I believe it's an Australian shop called Typo. We have one here, and it's the best thing ever. I see my time is running out, so as you'll see in the close-ups, I did a bit of misting, and I thank you for watching this, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.